Alrighty, sorry for the delay. Had some small technical issues, but they have all been solved. Our next big event is Kura5, an awesome game in development based on, well, it's probably better if I let the team explain it.
Are we on the air?
Yes, you are.
Yes, we're on the air.
You are on air.
Sweet. Okay. Hi, I'm Duque. I'm the lead dev of Kura5 Bonds of the Undying, which is a currently in development Boktai fan game that stars two new OC characters, Annie, the little gunslinger girl right here, and Emil, the vampire swordsman. Its aim is to be a new kind of Boktai fan game that marries elements from both Lunar Nights and Boktai at the same time. And what we are going to do right now is we are going to show you the Mega Man crossover portion of this game. And with me are two other team members, Malik and Drew. Do you care to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'll go first, if Drew is shy. I'm Malik. I am the person who does a lot of the art assets, the anime art assets, because Duque is taking on more responsibility than she should, and is also doing the 3D modeling.
Drew?
Yes, Drew?
Hello, I am Drew. I playtest the game, and along with Malik, I make memes and jokes to torture Duque, and I will be helping field questions from the chat.
Yes, Kura5
Sweet. Who is echoing?
Kura5 is someone echoing? Someone echoing?
Who?
I have headphones.
Everyone is echoing?
I have headphones.
That's strange.
I'm currently my stream's only picking up desktop audio.
Do you have the Twitch thing up?
I do, but it's muted. Everyone except Duque. Oh, that's weird.
Well, it should be fine for now. Hopefully, it should be fine for now. Yeah, like as we mentioned, Kura5 has been in development for some time, and has been released in chunks. And I highly suggest you guys try it out after this. It's gonna be a great showcase.
Cool. I will go ahead and post the itch.io link into the Twitch chat so that you guys can play it. Mute Twitch streams if you have them open. Does anybody have?
Prop is saying that you might be feeding Discord audio into the stream.
Okay. Is there? Okay, wait. Fuck. That might be on me. Then I have to activate streamer mode.
Also,
sorry, give me 1 second.
Also, make sure the monitor is off on your OBS.
How do I turn on streamer mode? Do you know? Does it automatically usually?
How to turn off
streamer mode? Enable streamer mode. Okay, cool. Is that better for everybody? Maybe?
Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay.
Good old yodeling.
Yes? No?
No? Yes?
It says there's
still echo.
No? Yes?
It says there's still not. There was no one
Uh-oh.
yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Sorry, brief technical difficulties. Is it possible to mute the Discord from the Twitch? And I can feed it through my stream? Eurasia?
You should be able to do that, yes. You should be able to do that, yes.
Wait, through OBS?
Stream ripples.
Be sure, well, desktop audio should be muted on your side.
Desktop audio should be muted, okay.
Yes, yeah, because all the voices are coming out through my end.
Okay, that will mute the in-game audio, if that is okay with people.
Oh, wait, right. Right.
You should be able to mute whatever. If you go to sound settings for your PC, you should be able to mute individual applications.
But then I don't think I'd be able to hear you guys.
Shoot.
Oh boy.
I'd say for now, probably mute the stream and Yuri probably pull up some music.
But the music in this game is amazing. Like,
is it possible, like, you're also streaming from TeamBN, right? Can you mute TeamBN and I can stream like solely from my OBS, or?
I don't believe I can do that with how my
All right.
is.
Cool. All right. I'm sorry. I guess you guys will have to make do without in-game audio then. I'm super sorry. But
well, can we test out to see if that works first, or?
I have desktop audio muted right now.
And are we still echoing when the desktop is?
Yeah, Codedial says that the echo is fine now, so it's because Discord's feeding into OBS for some reason.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I don't have any of the music on my phone. That would have been really funny to just like have there.
Well,
but if you do want to listen to the music, does Lapin have MP3s up anywhere?
Yes, if you go on to Kura5's itch.io page, you can not only install the fan remixes of the tracks that are used in this game, you can also download the actual game for yourself and listen to all of the really beautiful sound design that Lapin worked so hard to put into this game. And with that, we will go ahead and continue.
Yeah, we apologize for these.
We apologize for the inconvenience.
Not fun.
All right, so. So I started out with the base save file that is directly in the Mega Man area, as you can tell, and I'm going to trigger a trap right now that will cause the cutscene to happen. In context, this is Annie and Emil's first time in the net, and so they don't quite know how things work around here yet. He's in trouble! We gotta help him! What is that? Where's your head at? Don't worry about that. Worry about that later in fight. Come on. And we run into our first enemy, the Mets. If they catch you, they will slam their pickaxes down on the ground, causing a shockwave, and then they will afterwards protect themselves with their helmets that makes them immune to damage for a brief amount of time. And then afterwards, you can talk to this little guy, and he will say, "Thank you for rescuing me." And he will explain what's going on in this area, which is that shade bats are causing memory leaks across the entire net. Basically, the shade bats have latched onto other viruses on the net, and they are causing like memory leaks that are so bad things are just crashing everywhere. It's kind of like Summer Wars, I guess.
Why don't you just read off his lines?
You know, I really should. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you so much. I've been saved. What's going on? And what are you, for that matter? Emil. It's terrible. Those shade bats are causing memory leaks across the entire net. It's unlike any kind of virus attack we've ever seen before. They're eating through every file, every process, everything. If this continues, the whole network might crash. And what does that mean exactly? Chaos. Blackouts around the city. Communications completely cut off. Technology stops working. Cats and dogs living together. Net societies we know it will be destroyed. Will all be deleted.
God.
Deleted? Do you not know? Our data will be erased. Oh, say no more. We'll hop to it. Come on, Emil. Let's get rid of those shade bats. Aw, but I wanted to see the chaos.
Everybody crying.
And so in this game, you can switch between two different player characters, Annie and Emil, Vampire and Gunslinger. They both have slightly different movesets. Annie has a gun, and right now I have the Knight equipped, which gives her a solar spread, which is back. And Emil can use a sword, and he can turn into a bird, which is the ideal mode of travel.
You can also caw in bird form.
Executing memory leak diagnostic. Memory leakage approximation, a lot. Thank you, Prague. This Prague gave us some very handy information. In this area, instead of treasure chests, I put in mystery data. My inventory is pretty full right now, otherwise I'd be able to take that item, but you can walk up to them, and then they open up, and there's a little item baggie inside. But with that, since my inventory is full, I will release one frog. This is usually used to distract enemies before they break, but I kind of like letting them just go on their own, because I think that they're cute.
Yes.
Tiny frog. But with that, let's go ahead and get into a battle. Now, right now a remix of the virus busting theme from Mega Man Battle Network 5 is playing, but you guys can't hear it.
I just posted it in the chat again.
Good.
Links in there are disabled, so you gotta do it through Discord.
Yeah,
I will post it in Discord.
Yeah,
got it.
Thank you, Drew.
And then right here we have another enemy, Canodums. If you get close to them, they will target you, and they will shoot you if you stay within their range after a little while. So it's best to stay out of their line of sight and start shooting them.
Say, Duque, what were those little pie timers on your items?
We have spoiling in this game.
And how does that work? Huh?
So Kura5 is a little bit different from Lunar Nights and back the numbers.
Yes, hold on.
Was it immense lag?
Okay, it's working. It's working now.
It's working again?
Not now.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
All right.
Everything's fine now.
Chat, thank you for letting us know.
You might have to repeat what you said about 30 seconds ago.
That's okay. So Kura5 is.
Last thing you guys heard?
Yay! I'm just gonna re-explain weather sync, I guess.
Yeah,
And spoiled.
Yeah, so WeatherSync is a system that's unique to Kura5 that aims to kind of emulate the solar sensor, but without the actual solar sensor. It basically takes your IP address and uses it to get local weather data that's then fed into the solar sensor / lunar nightsy looking parasol UI that you see in the bottom right-hand corner. And that's what determines the weather. And based on the weather, items in your inventory can spoil more slowly or faster. And then also, depending on the weather, items can do different things. For example, chocolate doesn't actually melt in sunlight now, but rather it melts in heat. So if the weather's hot outside, your chocolate will melt really fast, and then it will cover this soda can that leads to a chocolate-covered item from Boktai 2 that you all know and love. With that... Okay, and so... Reports believe... Yes, Drew?
Also, a cool thing about WeatherSync is that it affects one of the enemy types for the zombie-like enemies, changing what they'll do to you with their attacks. For example, I believe right now, since it's so cloudy, they will turn you to stone.
Yes. Cloudy enemies will petrify you, much like with how they did in Boktai 1, and they will turn purple to the cloud element, which Carmela kickstarted. Reports believe that the one responsible is located in this part of the net. I have no idea how progs talk, so sorry if this is inaccurate. But this area appears to be sealed off due to the presence of shade bats. Oh no. Maybe if someone could delete enough shade bats, the gate would open. And this prog gave some very handy advice.
Hint, hint.
You and your friends seem kinda dark for all this goody two-shoes business. It's suspicious. I like that. So, I'll let you in on a little secret, from one shady person to another. You know these little pickaxe viruses, Metars, those shockwaves get a little too close for comfort sometimes. But if you don't want to get hurt, all you gotta do is counter with a sword. Prof! You don't know how to counter, eh? While targeting, press the D key when you see your cursor turn pink. For Mets, you gotta wait until they leap up into the air to counter. You gotta do it with a sword. Capiche? Good. Now go wreak some havoc out there.
Shade Man.
Shade Man. Another thing that I want to briefly touch upon is that you will see these little purple mystery datas in the corner, and they don't actually contain items, but they contain passwords. Remember this, because I will talk about them later. The number of mushy viruses is pretty heavy today. Wonder what's going on. Mushy viruses can only teleport on grass tiles. I'm gonna have to let my operator know to bring a fire chip today. Huh? Oh, sorry, just thinking out loud.
Yeah, so if anyone has any questions about anything, the crossover thing or the game in general, just ask, and then we will read off the questions and try to answer them.
Yeah. This is technically a Q&A and not just a showcase, so feel free to ask anything that comes to y'all's minds. Now we are in this mushy area. You can see that we have these little patches of grass, and so now we're going to burn things. We're gonna burn everything.
It's just like Breath of the Wild, which is also a Boktai game.
If I'm remembering correctly, I believe these guys kicked my butt in another room that they're in during playtesting.
Yeah, there's just one area where everyone's here, and it's really difficult. Okay. Now we're gonna feed Annie a mooncake before they go bad. And so these are the shade bats that you're supposed to kill. They act like chlorophylline, so they can actually get on you and start sucking your health. But then at that point, you can shake them off and then just get rid of them with the spread.
Yeah,
I gotta murder this.
Animations, huh?
Beg pardon?
And you love the animations, huh?
Animations. Crossman20 asks, will there be an infinite tower like with very underwhelming rewards, Kojima style? I don't know. At one point in time I told myself yes, but then I remember those things are literally 100 floors.
Yes, and also playtesting that would be a nightmare and probably beyond our capabilities, because we'll need several people to be willing to test 20 hours in the same structure.
Prof asks if they can use Toad Power in this game.
The closest thing we have is this Toad Power. Actually, I will go ahead and release all these toads right now.
Be free!
Fly, be free, my children. So,
the frogs.
So this is Toad Power, right?
If I'm remembering correctly, the frogs now draw enemy fire from certain types of enemies, right?
Yes. It's not explicitly said by anybody in the game yet, which will be acknowledged in future patches, but frogs do attract homing bullets. Makes sense.
I believe that was my fault. If I remember, yes, because during playtesting, I had a lot of toads towards the final boss of the test, so I thought, might as well just release them all now.
Stark Azura asks, how did development start? He's a huge fan. They're a huge fan of Kura5, and they've always wanted a 3D Boktai game.
I was in college, and I wanted to procrastinate on my finals. And so I got started with a Boktai fan game. That is the short answer. The long answer was I got into Boktai around college, and when I played through all the games, I actually kind of liked the idea of Lunar Nights, but I was like, what if Lucian and Aaron had reverse personalities and were best buddy friends forever? And so that kind of like spiraled into like, I'll make a couple models, which spawned into, I'll make like a room full of enemies, which spawned to, I'm gonna make one dungeon, which then spiraled into like, oh, everybody like, everybody saw this on Tumblr now, so I guess it's gonna be a whole fan game now. So, yeah, it's I procrastinated on my finals, and then it snowballed from there. Also, by the way, I did still pass them.
Unload the toad.
Unload the toad.
Sorry, I thought we answered the mushy question with the grass.
Oh, yeah, I guess, I don't know if maybe the audio got cut off during that bit or not.
Oh, and also, Alan is part of the team for anyone in chat.
Yeah.
Everything he says is canon.
That's too much power.
I apologize for the small audio issue. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, no
Beg
worries.
pardon? Ah.
Pause for the audio issues, or?
And here we have another enemy, the Knight guy. I forget his
pause
name,
the
I'm
name?
sorry.
Swordy?
Sorta, yes. I think it's amazing that Mushy, how Mushy was put in this way.
Thank you.
It isn't just a copy paste of Battle Network. It really does feel like Mushy fits in this world now.
Yeah, so a lot of these models were made, the Mega Man virus models were not made by me, but they were made by Heat Phoenix, and I think the username this person goes by now is Atelier Bunny. And so Bunny and Heat, I got like a ton of models from both of them, and then out of the viruses that they had already modeled, I had picked ones that contained unique gimmicks from Battle Network that I thought would mesh well with Boktai's base gameplay already. And so even though I don't know exactly how iconic the Mushy is on its own, the grass panel stuff ended up flowing really well. All right, hang on one second. Okay.
Yeah. Alan is, in fact, our lead writer, and anything he does say is, in fact, possibly canon.
Okay. Also, hey guys, I'm gonna unmute the desktop audio real quick. Can you please let us know if we're still echoing? Okay. How's this? Can everybody else start talking?
Well, you're the one who. Well, you're the one who is the okayest with.
Testing, 1, 2.
Yodelay, 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 hee-hoo. I am Echo. I am a dolphin from.
Fun, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, we're no longer Echo the dolphin.
Yay! Yep.
Need a hand, partner? Props that Duque doesn't have a voice. Heck.
How about now? How about now? I am very sorry. Alright, so
You're good.
I am good now? Alright, in that case, now I'm going to re-explain Shadow Sealing if this sortie would let me. Maybe I will just lose it. Hang on, I'm gonna... I'm going to go really far away. Okay. Cool, so... The sortie's still...
Someone still can't hear you.
People still can't hear me?
Yeah.
I could in the stream. Yeah, I can hear her right now. I have the streaming audio up in another headset.
Still can't hear Duque. Okay,
That's
I can hear you, can hear you, we can hear you.
No, so
yeah,
no...
they can hear you.
I can be heard? This is about as high as my mic will go, I think.
Yeah, you're about the same volume as everyone else. I have the stream audio up as well.
Okay, cool. Okay, shoo! Shoo!
Oh, okay, they were joking around. They were clowning on you.
I got clowned, but anyway, I shadow sealed this sortie. Emil has a special ability where if he gets a back attack in while the dark element is equipped, then an enemy will be frozen in dark matter, and then Annie can smack them with the soul element, and then they beautifully explode. There. I did it. Also for this particular demonstration, Emil just has Lucian's sword from Lunar Knights. I will show you how to get that later. And there's another special password, Crystal. Oh, yeah, I should charge up. To piggyback off of what Alan said, I wasn't actually sure if some of the net should be indoors or outdoors, because I think in all the crossovers they're always like, there's no sunlight on the net. That's how Shade Man got really powerful and stuff, so I really wasn't sure what to do at the time.
I mean, like, you'd understand if the net wasn't constantly bombarded by UV radiation.
That would destroy everything.
That would destroy everything.
Or like an equivalent of UV radiation blasting internet at all times.
Yeah.
That's why, for anyone that hasn't played Boktai, there are solar fruits that let you recharge your weapon.
Yes.
They're oranges, basically.
Yes, they are oranges.
You gotta use the power of vitamin D.
Yep.
To smite vampires.
That's true. I guess it's the undernet that has all darkness, and maybe like some more upper parts of the net could have sunlight. Like maybe this base area could be quote-unquote outdoors. The background could be just like sun only. That's the other thing about this game. If anybody's familiar with I guess how Chrono X does the releases, we do basically the same thing, where demo 2 and 3 is more like just extra. Is everything okay?
Did you drop your soda?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do the
I'm fine.
Chrono X. We do the Chrono.
Cool. Yeah, so we do the Chrono X. We do the Chrono X thing where every time a new demo is released, it's just a new chunk of the game, and so in that case, pretty much anything can be changed between demos. There's a lot of content.
The demos are in fact 50 years apart, but at least we're releasing faster than other games of infamous note.
I try roughly to release like one demo per year-ish so far.
Yes, and also there are occasional modeling and attack like animation streams that are held occasionally where we just hang out and joke around and talk to each other.
Yep. The late night streams where things get funky and arty. Prof asks, what are the butterflies? So what I imagined with the art direction for this background, I wanted something a little bit deeper feeling / more high fidelity than what you get in the base Game Boy games. And so the gimmick that I thought of was like data packets being sent across the internet, which is what those little like blue line things are. And to that extent, at the time that I made these butterflies, I kind of thought of them as like WebMs or GIFs that were just like fluttering across the internet.
Oh, I thought there were references to the moonlight bugs.
I mean, it's kind of like a design aesthetic for Boktai that I wanted to translate over into BN, just like having these like little atmospheric butterflies, but they kind of look like a green version of the MSN logo. Yep. Those are the.
Will Annie's blue hands change at some point?
That's a T-Res meme being sent across the net. Eventually. I will eventually have a control to turn Annie's gun off during cutscenes. I promise. I swear.
And yes, Prof, we do mean shitposts.
Yes, I highly recommend the late night streams. They're fun.
And so with that, there is nothing left to do but to fight the final boss of this area. Do you guys think I should go for it, or should I not spoil it for people?
That's right, boys and girls. We're gonna kill Mega Man.
I will. How much? Yorisha, how much time do we have left? Hello. All right. Well, just do it. Everybody knows who this is, cause he's back, baby.
Again.
Again.
I think someone said 4 times earlier. This is 5.
This marks the 5th time Shade Man has come back. Do we have dark chips? Emil ate all of the dark chips. Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot to read off the dialogue. Another weird-looking one. Your net leeching days end here, you lousy excuse for a vampire. So you think you can defeat me? Fine, let's fight. I had done all this hoping to lure out Mega Man, but you'll make a fine distraction until he gets here. And he sneakily set up those. He sneakily set up that trap during the cutscene. His patterns are a little bit different than Boktai 2, mostly because I wasn't entirely sure how Boktai 2's AI works, but he goes between doing this teleport dash and doing about 2 or 3 different kinds of bat bullet attacks, as you can see here. But he's not really that hard to take down because of his placement in the fight.
You should make an attack where his mustache grows off his face, and then he uses it as a sword.
It just flies off of his face and it turns into a giant bat.
Yes.
Yes. Also, the thing with Boktai is, so if you're able to keep a charged solar gun, enemies are a lot easier than if you run out of solar energy and then you're in kind of a bind where they'll kick your butt.
Yes. And with that, I'm going to open up the dev console and we are going to talk about the other part of the crossover, because as Alan just said in the chat, this is actually a part of the main scenario, and I don't want to spoil how this dungeon works too much, because it's much better as a surprise for those who have already played the game. So I'm going to see if I can get away with teleporting to Dark City from the dev console, and if it doesn't totally break the game, then I will move on to the next segment. Okay.
Is it possible to
Yes.
learn this power? Prof asks. What power are you referring to? The power of the dev console?
And it might have just broken the game.
Yes, he is a mini boss at this time.
Mini boss. Not even a mid boss.
A shame. Alright, I'm going to reset the game if people will be patient with me.
Yeah, we broke it.
We broke it, but that's okay.
Lazy ass, what engine are you making the game in?
Unity, if you didn't just see the logo just now.
It popped
Okay,
up on screen
cool.
the second you said the word Unity.
Unity! I love this engine. I love and hate this engine at the same time, so now we shall. Okay, now it should work.
Yes,
know.
there are no glitches in Kura5, there's only the undeadening.
There is only the undeadening. Now we are in San Miguel.
Kersha notes bank at 69. Nice.
I didn't want to say it. I'm trying to be a bit more professional.
We
Oh,
can't be professional in the stream that asks us if we do shitposts in the in our late night streams.
True. And also, for anyone looking at the menu, if you see the little icon under the coin, that's Doomy. I'm not going to explain how she works, but if you anger her, you go to the punishment room. That
yeah.
is a canon thing in Boktai.
Yeah, that floor clip will happen like pretty much every time you use the dev teleport, but once you swap Annie and Emil back and forth, then the clipping kind of fixes itself. So after a little bit of dev jank, we teleported directly from the second dungeon all the way to San Miguel. And right now what you are seeing is Doomy, who works a little bit like more closer to how Alice works in Lunar Nights. She can revive your partner if Annie and Emil are dead and if there are no surrounding enemies in a room. And she can also restart something for you if you got stuck during a puzzle or, God forbid, a bug happened. And I plan on doing like a solar loan at some point in time, though it might not actually be needed. Just, as usual, make sure to pay back what you owe, or else she will come and get you.
Eurasia asked, is that the only way to revive the other?
Yes. I mean, unless you use a special item like a mandrake that saves you from a game over, then going to a safe area and calling Doomy is the only way to revive your partner. You can also just get a game over and they'll both be auto-rezzed.
Giver wants to go to the punishment room.
There is no reward for punishment in Kura5, only suffering.
I don't think I actually have a method to get to the punishment room, so you can download the demo, rack up a lot of debt, and then wait a day, and then you will go to the punishment room in glorious 3D. Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you,
It's
Nightbot.
just like real life.
Just like real life. Pay off your credit card debts.
Unlike Boktai 2, this game does not horribly penalize you from getting a game over.
One thing that I really wanted to add was like putting in the concept of like a dark credit score where like Doomy would like give you like dark rewards and give you like a dark credit report every time you borrowed from her. But that didn't make it into the game, even though I am still totally in love with the idea of Doomy giving like the solar child a dark credit report.
It's your dark... You can buy a dark house with your dark
with my dark credit report. This is Emil's normal sword. It is called the Blood Corvus because he is edgy, and then this is Lucian's sword. And so which transitions into our next segment. Here's Toasty. Toasty. Hey there, the name's Toasty. I'm a Terrennial from a world parallel to yours. If you give me a password from Lunar Nights or Boktai DS, I will be able to bring you an item from my world. And so here's the password screen. Shout out to Prof9 for figuring out how Lunar Nights passwords work and then giving me a C# rendition of how to basically take those apart. Because it is super fun. However, what Toasty said was a little misleading. Lunar Nights passwords are not actually the only thing that you can give him, but you can give him passwords from those purple data crystals and put them here, which I am going to do right now. I have one pulled up.
Gersha is offering their password.
Oh, I got one right now. Unless you want to also see a Lunar Nights password, in that case, post it, and I will put that in too.
Also, Alan is saying in chat, also, even though it's an unofficial sequel, Kura5 can be played independent of the Boktai series. However, the more of the series you're familiar with, the more the small little details and touches will stand out.
Yes.
It's like when you watch The Mandalorian and you like know different things about it. About Star Wars, and it makes it more enjoyable, but you don't have to like be a big Star Wars fan to enjoy it.
Yeah. There's some familiar faces, but everything should work independently on its own as a story, as opposed to if this were a actual like Boktai 4 or Lunar Nights 2.
Yes, the setting for Kura5 is in the good ending timeline for Boktai 3. For those that don't know, Boktai Lunar Nights is the bad ending of Boktai 3 conveniently.
No, I would say that Lunar Nights. This is a point of contention because it's not entirely clear. But I would say that Lunar Nights is an entirely different timeline from Boktai 3's thing because there's a lot of there is quite a bit of shenanigans that go on in Boktai 3 that make it kind of hard to understand, but it's slightly more complicated than the older Zelda timeline.
Yes. Prof 9, you can
Yes,
play Kuras 1 through 4 by ordering those carts from your local eBay. We'll go over Boktai 3 later in the stream.
Because the prices are only going up.
Or
You
can
can-
go to IKEA and buy some Kura furniture.
You can go onto eBay and purchase Kura 3 for like what is it like going for like $40 now for the Japanese
I
copy?
bought mine for like $10 a couple of years ago, and
God
now,
awful. But anyway, so here's the password.
I think you should explain why it's called Kura5.
Bokura no Taiyoh 5. Also, happy coincidence, Kura means chicken. My username is Chicken Hat. So it's like a double pun, but only if you speak that language. Yeah. Right. Wait, did you say Scilab? How did you know about that place? Last time I stopped by Scilab, I picked up a virus. Don't worry, I don't mean virus like the flu. I'm talking about a friend that tagged along with me while I was surfing the net. Take good care of it. I'm counting on you.
We have a question from Eurasia. How many levels are in the base game at the moment?
At the moment, let me see. We have 2 immortal dungeons, 2 out of 5 immortal dungeons, and then right now we have one.
Okay.
I am sorry I'm not saying much. I was going to ask questions, but you guys are on that, so I'm just sitting here.
questions,
but you guys
are
on that, so I'm
just sitting here. Questions, but
Whoa. Okay, I accidentally had the stream up. Oops.
Anyway, we only have like 3 minutes left, right? Or are you axing the...
No, did you have more to show?
I'm not sure. Like, I think Duque was just gonna show off the virus buddies,
Oh yeah, the bunny. Yeah.
but it seems like Duque just freaking died.
The undeadening, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like,
Okay, there we go. It's back. All right. I gotta go back to mute myself.
Are we back online?
Anyway. Okay.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay, are we back online? I'm so sorry about
Duque,
that.
can you hear us?
Yeah, okay. Phew.
Now.
Yeah. Thank you for being patient, everybody.
Sorry about that. What was the last thing that we were explaining?
Our
before?
audio was not going through.
Audio was not going through?
Yes,
Yeah, we were connected
I can.
through yours.
Okay, thank you. Okay, shoo. So, Annie can now summon a virus, which is a bunny. Yeah, so I was saying that Kura5 is basically split up into different kind of hubby areas where they branch off into different undead and immortal dungeons. So there's always going to be different places to explore, and I count those hub areas as individual undead dungeons. But if I had to count like how many quote-unquote levels there are, basically 6. I'd say about like 4. There's 4 hours of content to go through if you were to download the demo off of itch.io right now.
Okay, and earlier Crossman asked, do you plan to implement all the LN mixed items? I'm guessing just like the LK mixed items, like the chocolate banana and the special soda. Special soda candy.
Not all of them. Basically, I put in ones that I feel like fit in most. Like, obviously, if there's no trance mechanics and if there's no guard mechanics, then putting in the milk items as they are might be, you know, a little bit weird because I'd have to change what milk does. Alright. The last thing I want to...
Blaze also asked how many levels are planned for the final game.
How many levels are planned? I have no idea because that number fluctuates a lot. I know for sure that there will be 5 immortal dungeons, and then there are currently 2 other undead dungeons that are in the works. After that, who knows? There could be like a couple more undead dungeons after that. There could not be. Also, guys, you can pet the bunny. You can pet the bunny in Kura5. Just very important. Emil can do it too. We're just all petting that bunny. Sweet. Does anybody... I think we're getting close to running out of time, so does anybody else have any final questions before we say goodbye?
And just, why don't you show off what the bunny can do?
That's true. Let me see if I can find an area real quick. Little console error. Let me just clear that.
Everybody is extremely happy that you can pet the bunny.
Of course. I'm trying to find a good Bach.
Yep.
There we go.
So for Kura5, there is a summoning mechanic, and there are various partners summon. What exactly? We'll just leave it as a surprise, I guess. But the viruses are. The bunny is a summon.
What the bunny does is that sometimes when you're fighting an enemy, it will deliver them an electric shock that sometimes does damage. And if a bunch of enemies are really close together, which is hard for me to show off without doing a lot of prep, the electric shock can actually cause a bit of a chain reaction. Like that, okay, we just saw that just now. Like, it shocked the skeleton, and then that, skeleton shocked the bat in turn. Oh no. And then Annie's other companion is a Vorn from Boktai 3, which can steal items. Oh no. You really shouldn't get caught by too many enemies in this game, because they can be pretty ruthless with their attacks, but this makes showing off summons a little bit difficult. Drill.
Emil is dying in the sunlight.
He is burning right now, but it's only 3 bars, so it's not too bad. Speaking of...
He's fine. He's just turning into chicken jerky.
Chicken jerky.
Thank you very
Chicken
much.
jerky.
Hang in there.
Born buddy.
Yeah, you can show off how the revive system works through the Dark Loans.
Yep, I revived Annie just now through Dark Loans.
Okay, yeah, it's lagging for me. The stream itself is lagging pretty hard.
Gimme the item. What a good Born. Oh no, but my inventory's full, so let me get that, and then I will take... There we go. Good. Oh no! Good Born! No, stop that. I will take that jerky, and then I will tell my Vorn that he is a good boy.
Crossman asked, is Emil inherently squishier than Annie? Or is Annie squishier than Emil, aka she has less HP?
They should have the same amount of HP, but Emil has his own special abilities that do make up for him being in close combat. Later on, he does get... What?
Their stats.
Kura5 has no stats. I didn't feel confident that I could make a more traditional RPG system that Boktai 2 and 3 and Lunar Nights did fun, so I thought that I would focus more closely on the Zelda / Metal Gear,
Just
like...
allocate those points, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I did do, like, some playing around with, like, stats earlier on. I just couldn't find a way to make it right. That's not on the idea of stats in Boktai in general. That was more on my personal preferences. Oh yeah, I guess another thing that I can show off, there's actually subtle combos that you can do. Like, Annie does have an alt fire that releases little, like, homing creatures, and then Emil can become a drill, which is the dream.
It's just like in Smash Brothers with Meta Knight.
Drill. And then things die. Cool.
Let's see. Doodles asked, will Valoop get development after the current demo?
Maybe. You will have to wait and see.
Spoilers.
I'm gonna unleash the toads one more time, and then I think should be good to go.
Someone asked, is there an Easter egg for having all frogs in the inventory and going to a specific area?
No, but there ought to be, and I'm just having fun watching the skeleton become very confused, only for it to dismiss it as nothing and then go back to its normal patrol.
It's just a normal little frog parade.
It's just an average day. There's a frog parade. Awesome. I just got the ping that we need to wrap it up. So, any last questions before we go? Awesome. But if you guys are interested in what you saw so
Sorry,
far,
Diego asked. Alright, am I gonna play it, by the way? Is there a male character? There is. Is it there?
Annie is a lady and Emil is a guy.
And then Crossman suggests putting Toadman sounds as an Easter egg for the frog, I guess.
Does Toadman, is there like a special Toadman sound clip? I mean, if
When he does his musical attack, yes.
oh, well, I mean, if someone can like send me like the file for that, then I can look into it. Yeah, like, so Kura5 does have a Discord, if you want to join that, and if you want to play the demo on Itch.io, you can see what we have put out so far. We have put in a lot of love and effort into this game, and it was really, really, truly a pleasure getting to show off what we cooked up today in front of all you guys, and I hope that this gets you excited for the future of Boktai, and also a huge thank you to all the people who put this TeamBN crossover Halloween stream together. It's been a blast.
It's been spooky.
It's been spooky.
Yeah, thanks guys for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, and thank you for
Enjoy the
being
rest of the
patient
event.
too.